A new era in health has begun. Have you heard about it? Groundbreaking science is rocking the health industry. It's all over the news. My suggestion is, if you don't have a beautifully brewed cup of coffee with you at hand, pause the video and get yourself some. I'm going to share with you some shocking news, but also very exciting news. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ilona Wilkin. I'm a specialist physician in functional and restorative medicine. I do believe it's my calling, my godly calling, to help people discern between the truth and deceit. And unfortunately, as we live today in this era, life is full of deceit, marketing gimmicks, commercial models that's only about making money and not about your and my health. So my job will be to help you differentiate and discern what is the real truth, what will benefit you and your family, what will give you the opportunity to enjoy thriving optimal well-being in a new era that has begun. All of this is based on groundbreaking science. These are not opinions, not my personal opinion, no scientist's opinion. This is fact. So let's explore. Neuroscience from esteemed institutions over decades show that the leading causes of death is diet, what we eat. The sad standard American diet, which is based mostly on ultra-processed foods, or what we call the westernized diet. This is the main cause of at least 10 of the leading causes of death. The root cause is the ultra-processed diet. The science irrefutably show that these ultra-processed diets are causing most of the mental issues we're struggling with. Learning disabilities, mental disorders, low IQ. Science further proves that the more chronic inflammation, the chronic inflammatory markers that we measure at blood pathology laboratories are rising in direct correlation. IQ is declining. We're getting stupid. We're getting dumb. Are you okay with that? I am not. This is an example of what cellular oxidative stress, in other words, where the cells rust, the cell membranes are rusting, erosion and degeneration of cell membranes of a neuron, a brain cell looks like. This is what erosion and degeneration of the brain looks like due to cellular oxidative stress. When we talk functional restorative medicine, we do not talk about disease management. I don't believe in the philosophy of disease management, which is what we really see in medicine, health, and so-called wellness industry. These are actually commercial models where most of the money gets invested into marketing to keep you in disease management. The new era of health, which has already begun, is actually to shift people from disease management to thriving optimal well-being. Now, many of the biomarkers, the serum and blood tests that we get from blood pathology laboratories, are not diagnostics of disease. These are health risk indicators that indicate to you and me on a health dashboard warning signs that is giving us clues of what the root causes are and how we can fix it. Earlier, I have just shown you decades and decades of research and science, gold standard, by esteemed institutes that indicate you and I, without any doctor's prescription, any doctor's consultation, can prevent ourselves from shifting into disease management and away from all the leading causes of death by merely understanding how to change our diet, our lifestyle, and I will show you the science, the groundbreaking science in the new era of health will indicate to you, will guide you on how you can live in thriving well-being and not in disease management. These are commercial models that's all about money that wants to keep us bound as victims of disease. Today is your decision. Today you have a choice with the new information, the groundbreaking science that I'm going to reveal to you in a moment. And you can decide, do you want to remain in disease management or shift to thriving optimal well-being? And you don't need a doctor's prescription, not even mine, to make this shift. Let's explore. This research, these facts have been known for decades, and it's been done by several and numerous esteemed researchers, scientists, and institutes. Omega-3 is a fatty acid that is essential, meaning we can only get it from the food we eat. And we know from all this science that all chronic diseases, all autoimmune diseases, mental, physical, some of them are listed here, we have high risk, high probability of getting one or more of these diseases if we're deficient in omega-3. And what I'm going to share with you now, the groundbreaking science, will shock you to the core. On the 9th of August 2025, the most randomized, the largest clinical trial of anonymous blood test taken from samples from around 69 different countries, nationalities. Do you know what was proven? All the people focusing, trying their best, believing that they are following a healthy diet does not work. We know 500 million people worldwide are paying money towards concentrated omega-3 products, fish oil products, krill oil, cod liver oil. Yet, none of it works. Those are only marketing schemes, commercial models, telling people it does contain the right ingredients. But numerous research have shown that these products are rancid by the time it reaches the shelf of the shop. And yeah, the study shows, I've just mentioned about omega-3, a serious risk, high probability of attracting one or more chronic or autoimmune disease if you have a deficiency of omega-3. And this study proves that even the people that pay and take omega-3 and fish oil supplements are still deficient in omega-3. No wonder we have such rising pandemics of chronic and autoimmune diseases. This study is proving that what people believe in their hearts, they're investing a lot of time, energy, and money towards diets and taking supplements, it doesn't work. It's wasting their money. But worse, it's spiraling down. They are spiraling down into more severe, more serious chronic disease. And they become victims bound in a system called disease management. Today, with the knowledge we will give you, you can make the decision. You can take the accountability and the risk, the decision for your health to shift out of this disease management system and take accountability for your health in a very, very effective and measurable way. Let's see how you can do this. The previous study I showed you from where we took more than 590,000 anonymous blood tests, blood samples, and proven that they don't work. Zinzino products were excluded from that study. We do know, as you can see here, that Zinzino has more than 1.5 million blood tests done anonymously, independently analyzed by Vita's Analytical Services, and proven that those people that have been out of balance, and they take consistently daily at the recommended dosage, Zinzino Balance Oil, they shift within 120 days from the red risk disease management system zone into the green thriving zone of well-being. Now you may ask, what about the other 5%? What we know, depending on the baseline, depending on how far into the red risk zone you start, it will shift you, if you take the Zinzino products, to the right, measurably, significantly, towards the green well-being zone, even if it takes you 18 months, 3 years, 4 or plus more years. At least we know this product works one person at a time, significantly and measurably. By this pivotal study on the 9th of August 2025, a new era of health has started. The question is, do you want to be an onlooker, a bystander, watching how other people are taking accountability for their own health and shifting into thriving well-being? Or do you want to make the decision to shift yourself and participate in this new era of health and well-being? On the 10th of October, Zinzino launched a brand new gut health test. You may say, oh, we know there are many companies doing stool tests, gut stool test. Yes, that's correct. For many years, we've been able to do it. We know about people talking about stool transplants and all those protocols that they try and follow to heal the gut. Why is there such a focus on gut health? The reason is the gut is the core of all health. It is the core of the gut-brain axis. You can't have a healthy brain and mental state with a poor and sick gut, out of balance gut. You can't have a strong immune system if your gut is sick. Quite frankly, there's no system, no functionality that works if the gut is compromised and not in excellent, optimized health. So what is different to this test? This is groundbreaking. This is really introducing a new era together what we've just shared with you that was published on the 9th of August. This is a finger prick test. You don't have to put your hand in the toilet and collect a stool. These stool tests test for many things: SIBO, microbiome, gut biome, do you have sufficient diversity in the gut? But these tests only measure what is in the gut. Do you have the right, if I may call them soldiers, the correct workers in the gut? Are they there or are they too few? It can measure salmonella, it can measure all kinds of viruses, bacteria, fungicides, etc. in the gut, in the stool. But so what? In business and in medicine, we talk about the acid test, the so what test. So what if I know the diversity? I can maybe, if there's salmonella, try and clear that. If I know it's SIBO, try and address that. But is that really telling me the status of gut health, the performance, the functionality of the gut? No, it doesn't. We can do gastro testing, we can do colonoscopies, and that will tell us if there are polyps, if there are blockages, if the intestine is turned. But still, it doesn't give us a clear indication of gut functionality and health. Yes, thankfully, and we are so grateful that with, for example, colonoscopies, we can decide to implement a certain protocol, and we've helped and saved many people's lives. But what makes this gut health test unique, very different, introducing a brand new era with a tiny finger prick and 2 small drops of blood, no stools that need to be collected. Anonymously, you can determine without a medical doctor's prescription, without going to hospital, without doing all kinds of enemas and difficult procedures to prepare for a colonoscopy. You can now determine the functionality and the health performance of your gut. At this point in time, the gut health test is not yet available in South Africa. It has been launched and introduced in most of Europe, America, Australia, New Zealand, etc. But it will soon be available in South Africa. So why am I sharing this? This is part of the story. This is part of the reality that a brand new, groundbreaking, trailblazing era in health has been launched. We do not have to guess about our health. We do not have to remain the victims of a disease management system. We do not have to rely on chronic medication consistently. If there is another way, and you don't have to guess, from today onwards, I'm sharing with you, you can effectively, measurably, significantly test with different blood tests that's available, most accurate, signed off, accurately determining your health. Be it the balance test, be it the HbA1c, metabolic syndrome indicator, in what category you are probably lying from a metabolic health perspective. And now we also have the gut health, measuring the performance, the functionality. Those workers that are in there, are they actually doing the work? Or are they just lying under the tree inside your gut in the shade? Or are they actually doing the work they were supposed to do? This is a new era of health. If you want to engage with us, and if you want to make sure you shift your own health, you understand, you test, you don't guess. If you want to know if the diet you're following, the products, the money you're spending on products, be it medication, be it supplements, are these actually working? Or are you wasting your money? Test. Do not guess. Contact us. Engage with us. We will guide you on how you can take accountability for your health and enjoy thriving optimal well-being. We are pleased to announce a new era in health has begun. Groundbreaking science is rocking the health industry, and you can be at the forefront and enjoy thriving optimal well-being. To engage with us and to understand how you can take accountability for your health in this new era of health, click on the link below. If you want to join our thriving well-being community and stay at the forefront of new announcements, groundbreaking science, and how to really live in thriving optimal well-being, please click on the link below and register for the Thriving Optimal Well-Being. This is another link where you can get more information about health solutions. Radical results are for you.